Ashley, the NBA draft just 3 days away on ESPN and ABC. Our latest mock draft has Cade Cunningham going #1 overall to the Pistons. The Big 12 Player of the Year was the first Oklahoma State player to be named a first-team AP All-American. More on him in a moment. Jalen Green of the G League Ignite is slotted to go second overall to the Rockets. He is a freak show. Watch him in the slam dunk contest next year. Green was the second ESPN #1 recruit to bypass college, joining Brandon Jennings in 2008. USC center Evan Mobley, maybe any other year, any other decade, he's the #1 pick, slated to go third overall to the Cavaliers. He's the first to win Pac-12 Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Freshman of the Year in the same season. Our latest mock draft has the Raptors taking point guard Jalen Suggs of Gonzaga with the 4th overall pick. The Magic would round out the top 5, taking a guy that a lot of people like, including Mike Schmitz, who's going to join us in a moment. That is Florida State's Scotty Barnes, who could play all 5 positions when it comes to covering. Orlando also has the 8th pick from the Bulls. Our mock has the Magic taking Arkansas guard Moses Moody with that selection. Keep in mind, too, it's going to be a very fun night Thursday. Detroit's internal meetings are still revolving around 3 players for the #1 pick on Thursday night. According to Woj in this tweet, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Evan Mobley, sources telling Woj and ESPN, Detroit isn't fully there yet on committing to Cunningham with their 1st overall choice. That gives you an idea of how stacked this draft is, especially at the top. Great to have NBA draft analyst Mike Schmitz, as I promised, joining us now. So interesting stuff there from Woj, especially with the Pistons, because this is a situation that maybe you could make the case of Jalen Green next season or last season, but it's this season with Cade Cunningham at the top. Your thoughts?
Well, let me just start by saying I love Jalen Green, okay? I think he's going to lead the NBA in scoring someday. Evan Mobley has a little bit of young Anthony Davis, Chris Bosh in his game. But I'm taking Cade Cunningham 10 times out of 10, and I'm not looking back, okay? The NBA is built around 6'8" shot creators, and that's exactly what Cade Cunningham is. You look at guys like Luka Doncic, you look at Jason Tatum, both under 23 years old and some of the brightest young stars in the NBA. I think Cade has that type of potential. You know, he can shoot it off the bounce. He can play out of the mid-post. He can make everyone around him better. You look at his resume. I mean, I just think he's a can't-miss prospect. And a lot of the same things people are dinging him for, lack of athleticism, can he get by anybody, are the same questions there were about Luka Doncic. Cade was the most efficient isolation scorer in all of college basketball. I think he's going to have no issue with Justin.
By the way, Luka dropping 48 in his Olympic debut, and you were very high on Doncic just a few years ago when the draft came in with him in that draft class. Now, when you look at the range from 10 to 20, is there a player that really stands out? Because, again, it's not just the lottery. There's a ton of talent all the way through this first round.
Deep draft, but I think Davion Mitchell is maybe the most NBA-ready prospect in this entire class, projected outside the top 5. I mean, you see what he did this past season, leading Baylor to a national championship. He's mature. He's competitive. I've spent hours in the film room breaking down tape with him. He is an absolute junkie. He's obsessed. He's picking the mind of Donovan Mitchell, of Chris Paul. He's going to NBA final games and studying Drew Holiday. So I think he's going to be an elite defender and someone who can help elevate a franchise right away.
He's 22 and he's a dog. Well, the minute he's out there on the floor, good luck. It's going to be a very long night. And when we talk about this transition of Davion Mitchell, because many of these young kids, or I should say young adults, are 18, 19, 20. Davion is 22. A Warriors team sitting there with the 7th and 14th pick. They don't want to rebuild. It's win now. What do you think that or anticipate they should do in Target here on Thursday night?
Well, I think a trade always helps you most when you're getting an established guy. But if they keep these 2 picks, I think you can go 1 swing and 1 safe, okay? When you look at number 7, maybe it's Jonathan Kuminga who's available. A toolsy wing, 6'8", long arms, great frame, who can score it inside the arc, create some offense, has some defensive potential. Could maybe be a Harrison Barnes type. And then when you look at 14, you could get a lot of different prospects there. I mean, you look at a guy like Chris Duarte, you know, Franz Wagner from Michigan, I know they're very high on as well. Probably have to get him at 7. Trey Murphy from Virginia. So getting one of these established guys who can step in right away and play with Klay Thompson, play with Steph Curry, but also someone that you can be excited about the future and not just look in the present.
All right, keep an eye, too. This could be one of those teams that does a package deal on Thursday night to bring in a veteran because, again, they are in win-now mode with Steph and Klay.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.